So the question asks, find the equation of a line that crosses the origin and is tangent to the curve at y equals e to the 5x. Okay? So we need to first find the derivative of e to the 5x. So that will be e to the 5x times 5, because 5 is the derivative of 5x. That's just applying the chain rule. So let's simplify that to 5 e5x. So then what is slope? Well, we know that slope is rise over run, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, let's look back in our original equation. That's y equals e to the 5x. So e to the 5x is the function of x. So we know that at point x, at a particular value of x, y is e to the 5x. So we can say that y2 is e to the 5x. And x2 is just x. Okay? Now what's y1 and x1? Well, this line crosses the origin, so we can say that y1 and x1 is just 0. Because the origin is at 0, 0. So we know that that is e to the 5x over x is the slope. We found the derivative earlier, and we know that that's 5e to the 5x. Now we know that derivative is also slope. So we need to set this equal to this. So that's going to look like e to the 5x over x equals 5e to the 5x. Now from here, we'll do some simple algebra to isolate and solve for x. So let's times x by both sides. And we can cancel the e to the 5x's. That'll just leave us with 1 equals 5x. And x equals 1 over 5. Okay, so we found the x value. Now substitute that x value back in the original derivative equation. So the derivative is 5e to the power of 5 times 1 over 5. That is just going to be 5e. So that's the slope. That's the ultimate value of the slope. So let's set that in a slope point form. We know that y1 is 0. 5e times x minus 0, because x1 is 0. So that just leaves us with y equals 5e x. That is your final answer. And we had another question similar to this, and this one is, a line that passes through the origin is tangent to the curve y equals ln x over 6, and determine its slope. It's helpful to draw a simple sketch of the graph if you know the general shape of the curve. So again, let's find the derivative of y equals ln x over 6. That's 1 over x over 6 times 1 over 6, which is 6 over x times 1 over 6. The 6's cancel. That leaves you with 1 over x. Slope equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And that is ln x over 6 minus 0 over x minus 0. Now set that equal to the derivative. Multiply both sides by x. So x equals 6e. So substitute 6e for x in the derivative. That's 1 over 6e, which in the multiple choice question, I believe it said 1 over 6 times e to the negative 1. It's the same thing. Okay? So here I listed the steps to approach this type of question. So step 1, find the derivative of the curve equation. Step 2, establish an equation for the slope using the original formula and set it equal to the derivative. Step 3, use algebra to solve for x. Step 4, substitute that value for x in the derivative. Step 5, if the question asks for the equation, insert the appropriate values in the slope point formula, then find the equation. And as sly and evil Mr. Bath is, he may include this in our test on Monday, so let's not be stumped this time.